100 naira ko. Let's go.
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to another exciting edition of the program Lagos This Morning, where we bring to you updates in Lagos State and also across the nation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
I am Adeni Adela. Welcome to Lagos This Morning.
Alright, let's go straight into the main headlines for today. Kudos and knocks trail Labour Party's manifesto. Nigeria needs 12,000 doctors annually. That is coming from the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria. The next one is why I may not use Nigerian hospitals if elected president. That is Atiku. Bauchi, Gombe State fight over new oil wells. Atiku's ambition nailed as Obasanjo backs Southern presidency. Tinubu absent as Atiku, Obi, Kwakwanso lock horns at debate. Oil and gas can't feed Nigeria's growing population, says Obasanjo. And the last one, federal government shift blame to state governors. Alright, let's start with the kudos and knocks trails Labour Party's manifesto. Mixed reactions have trailed the release of the Labour Party manifesto titled Our Pact with Nigerians, Creating a New Nigeria. The presidential candidate of the party, Peter Obi, shared a link to the manifesto via his Twitter handle on Sunday, and Nigerians on Twitter have been reacting in various ways since the manifesto was shared. A popular tweet hailed Obi, saying it is possible, it is a masterpiece, a manifesto like no other. Another tweet complained, saying that the delay in publishing the manifesto, it's a pity that Peter Obi needed a push to produce policy planks, a fundamental point of a political program. Peter Obi is simply not ready for the job of president when you have to be pushed to release a manifesto. So, what do we have to say?
Was it
about
pushed to release a manifesto?
I don't know.
It wasn't.
The guy complained of Peter Obi being pushed to release a manifesto.
By who?
I don't know. Maybe
is it by his opposition parties?
Maybe the opposition parties, yes.
I don't think so.
Because they've been clamoring for him to release the manifesto.
You know, he's a man of statistics, so yeah, I think he was probably taking his time to pile everything together to bring out a good manifesto. So I don't think it was pushed or anything.
What I just feel is that maybe he delayed the manifesto so the other political parties won't steal from his ideas. Yeah, because majority of the time like that, because these politics, I always say something is a game. If you release your manifesto on time like that, you just see similar things in other people's manifesto. Probably that is why maybe the one they released then that they debunked, probably they just throw it outside like that. Like, let's test the waters. They now see something similar in other people's manifesto. Now feel like, oh, this is not our manifesto. Now we'll come up with a new one. So I think the manifesto, I saw the manifesto yesterday on his page. And I think the manifesto is kind of different from other political parties' manifesto. One, because there's a difference between you saying I will make sure I feed the nation, or I'll make sure I pull people out of poverty. There's something, when you tell people where you are going to, you need to tell them step by step how you will get there. You can't just tell me, okay, I can't just tell you I'm going to work by sitting down. No, I'm going to work. How would I go to work? Okay, I'll wake up by so time. From this time to this time, I'll be ready. By this time to this time, I'll be outside. From this time to this time, I should be in this place. Then I'll get to this place by so time. That is because I read something where he said, I can't really remember the lines actually, but he mapped out a plan and how he's going to reach there. There's a difference between saying I will feed the country, I will provide food for everybody, where people will just shout at the rally. But he said it would ensure it takes some part of the money of the economy, probably let's say 10% or 20%, channel it into agriculture, and this agriculture will eventually yield employment for people. Then farmers will have money as well. Then it will in turn bring food to the table of the masses. So that will kind of shaping people's vision, like, okay, this is a clear goal or something. I just think his manifesto is just kind of different from other parties' own. All right, let's move on.
Okay. FG's shift of poverty blame to governors. The Muhammadu Buhari government hardly takes responsibility for its failings. It is very well known for making grandiose promises and shifting blames to other parties. Up till date, the regime keeps blaming previous regimes, even after almost 8 years it was given to fix problems that it met. After the Federal Executive Council, FEC, meeting in Abuja last week, the Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Clement Agba, blamed the state governors for the rise in multi-dimensional poverty under Buhari's watch from 80 million naira to 133 million, or 63%.
Well, normally, Nigerian government, even this present government and their predecessors, they have always been used to playing blame games, shifting goalposts. I think that's what is wrong with Nigeria. Our government are not just accountable.
At all.
They can't just come out and say, okay, we have achieved so thing and we failed here. Okay, we have not. Okay, even if they don't want to use the word fail. Okay, let's say we've successfully achieved so thing, and our goal in this sector, we have achieved 10%, or let's say 15% or 25% of the goal. The next administration would continue it if they don't actually want to use the word fail. And if they want to use the word fail as well, it is nothing bad. Failure is part of the process as well. They can't be successful in everything. There's nobody just left that has everything all. It's just God that has everything all. If you are okay with your marriage, if you are okay with your business, if your marriage and business is going very well, there will be some place, there will be somewhere that you'll be lagging behind.
And you have to take responsibility.
You have to take responsibility, because if you can take responsibility for success, you have to take it also for failure as well. So I think they can just do better. They can do better. We have people watching us. You can be part of this program by dropping your comment. All right. Let's move on quickly to the next one. Nigeria needs 12,000 doctors annually. The Medical and Dental Consultant Association of Nigeria and Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) at the weekend painted a grim picture of the health sector in the country. While MD Khan said Nigeria will need 12,000 doctors annually to adequately address health problems in the country, the NMA noted that it will take the country at least 25 years to meet the ideal target of 333,334 doctors to address the health needs of Nigerians. Recall that the health sector is currently plagued with brain drain, considering the high number of doctors and nurses that are relocated abroad in search of greener pastures, which has escalated to doctor-patient ratio to 10,000 doctors to 1 patient, against the recommended ratio of 600 to 1, as specified by the World Health Organization.
They need, but are they ready to pay?
Of course. It's just something
most of these people and these doctors or medical students now, or doctors, they feel they are not appreciated well enough in their country, so they are all leaving Nigeria to go and okay, let me go and show my prowess abroad. Because if you are doing everything here in Nigeria, they don't get to pay them very well, and we need these people in Nigeria.
Of course.
Because most of the politicians, they don't even take treatment in Nigeria again because they don't believe in our doctors. That's what I would say. Because if you believe in your doctor, okay, I have a sibling, he's a doctor. Okay, I will not be like, no, I don't trust this boy. I don't trust him. Let me go to another place, another hospital. So I believe they don't have belief in our doctors. Because if you have belief in our doctors, we have doctors, like
of course, we have good
doctors in Nigeria, but they don't have this belief that, oh, this person can treat me. They have gone to the school in Nigeria, they can do this, but they don't even believe in the education sector in Nigeria, not to talk of the doctors.
Is it really about belief or the facilities?
The facilities and everything. Even if they have the facility, they will still have these doubts. This is Nigeria. They will still have the doubt like, hey, this person's schooled in Nigeria. He did this in Nigeria. No. I don't want to take the risk. Let me just go abroad and go receive my treatment. That's what they do.
Well, we have a comment here, Mr. Godwin. Good morning, my people. Good morning, Mr. Godwin. You're welcome to the program. Please, what is the content of the Labour Party manifesto? You can get the full Labour Party manifesto, a 72-page manifesto on Peter Obi's page on Twitter. He dropped the manifesto link there. manifesto.obidaticampaign.com. That is the link. It is a 72-page manifesto, so you can check it out there. Well, I just think you see, Nigerian economy entirely is not just encouraging
at all.
It's not encouraging for the doctors, and for them to say now we are having the ratio of 10,000 patients to one doctor, that is just something else entirely. Instead of even the World Health Organization standard, which is 600 patients to one doctor, is still small. Not to talk of 10,000 patients. So if 10,000 patients are waiting outside now, there's only one doctor to answer them. No, it's just alarming. And I just think the government too as well, they are not ready to finance the education, the health sector. They are not ready at all. Because you can look at your locality. What kind of health facility is in your local government area? We don't even have anyone in my own local government area. How many do we have? How many standard ones do we have in our local government? We now have more private hospitals.
There's this video I saw online. Which governor? I think, was it governor of Abia State? I don't know. But it was a governor of this Nigeria in one particular state. He said, in each hospital, once a lady has given birth, they will give her 500 naira.
500 naira for what?
Yes, I still have the video. They will give her 500 naira. Please, the 500 naira is for what exactly? Even the person that was the person that was doing the interview was like, she was shocked, like, she was like, sir, 500 naira, the 500 naira is for what? You know, to get something that they will need 500 naira. What can one get in this Nigeria for 500 naira? As a person, as a single lady, like, okay, I don't even have any responsibility, I don't have any child. But someone that just gave it 500 naira.
Is it for Eba? Or is it for Gary?
It's for Agbado.
Oh, God. Well, I think the government, the next government can actually do well. Though it's not going to be easy because Nigeria has been in total disarray and decay over the years, so it will just take time to get to where we are supposed to be. All right, let's move on.
All right. Oil, gas can't feed Nigeria's growing population, Obasanjo said. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo this weekend declared that with the growing population of the country, the oil and gas sector can no longer feed the nation. Obasanjo was responding to the President General of the group. Lobi Iga, a retired police commissioner, said only farming and agribusiness could tackle the nation's growing population. Farming and agribusiness is what will feed the nation. It's actually right. It's right in some ways because I can just imagine me like having my own land and having the work that I'm doing, like I'm running my career and also having this land where I can plant whatever I need because things are getting expensive day by day.
Of course.
And like you said, the oil and gas can't feed Nigeria's population because we keep increasing every day. The rate at which people are giving birth nowadays, it's really, should I say alarming?
Oh, God.
I'm serious. It's really alarming. You just wake up tomorrow and be like, this person has given birth. When did she get pregnant? I don't understand. Was she ever pregnant? Like, and these men, I'm sorry, most of the men impregnating these people, they don't have good jobs. It's actually the truth. Except,
I think we should use boys.
Exactly, because the people
the men have good jobs, but the young guys.
Because most of the girls getting pregnant nowadays are all these after the girls, they are done with probably their secondary school, and most of the girls, once they are done with ND, they'll be like, the next thing is marriage. Why is it always like that?
They meet probably one Yahoo guy with POP sitting room. They think they've arrived. So just like get pregnant. They don't know that it's the journey of 1,000 miles is still ahead of them. So I just think, well, normally Nigeria should have diversified from this oil and gas, because we have been used to this oil for so long, and even the oil safe. Oil theft is just everywhere, stealing oil, probably from the government and also other bodies as well, other kind of thieves. I just think normally if we should feed our nation perfectly, we would need to rely on agriculture, and agriculture has not been invested on for so many years now. See, there's this thing I just think, if they get money from the oil sector, invest it in invest some certain percentage of the money in agriculture. You won't lose the money. The money will be there. It will be growing gradually, probably in the next 5 to 10 years. Then we'll just know from this social time to this social time. Probably this administration will say, okay, I would focus mainly, like majority of my focus will be on this thing. Then just work on it. Let's say 5 to 10 years. We should be feeding ourselves to some extent. But now we can't even feed ourselves. We can't even feed half of our population. And there is this vast land in the northern part. Even if the whole north, even if just one state like Zamfara or Gombe, if all of them, if they are doing agriculture, they will feed Nigeria. That's just it. There are countries that are far smaller than Nigeria. There are some countries that just a state in Nigeria is the whole country there, and they are feeding themselves with agriculture. So I just think it's the government, their policies, at times it's just, if it's not benefiting their purse,
they won't do it.
They won't do anything. Let them just do something for the masses. It's not their money they are spending. It's Nigeria's money. So you don't need to make a fuss about it. God will say you guys are very funny. 500 naira for Agbado. Of course now. Someone give it and you give the person 500 naira. Is it for what? 500 naira can't even buy a bread now. It's just something else. For real. Alright. Let's move on. Why I may not use Nigerian hospital if elected president, Atiku. The People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has said he may not rely on Nigeria's healthcare system for his personal use if elected president. Atiku explained that health facilities that cater for his health may not be available in Nigeria. He said, "We have limitations. We know we have those limitations. Health facilities that cater to my health may not be available." Imagine.
That's what we are talking about.
Just imagine. How can a presidential aspirant or presidential candidate open his mouth and say he might not be using Nigeria's facility? If Joe Biden gets sick today, will he fly to Russia to go and treat himself?
Or even to Nigeria?
Or will he come down to Nigeria here? You see, these people, they forget that, I think they've turned Nigeria into a graveyard or a dumping site, whereby when they go abroad to look for healthcare and this thing, and when the health later fails them, they come here to bury themselves. It's just alarming. Those facilities that are there, can't you bring it down here? You see, over time, we just believe, there's this mentality, I don't know, probably because I'm still in this stage, I don't know, but there's this mentality of some kind of elite, whereby you just believe that what you need is not in your country. Those people over there that you are running to their country and you are paying them this money, if you stay here, do these things here, this country would grow. But I don't know, maybe they are feeling their opponent or their other political parties will send someone to the hospital to come and inject them or to come and arm them. You see, they say there's nothing as good as a clear conscience. When you know you didn't harm anybody and your conscience is clear, in fact, you will be free to go anywhere you like. But in just opening his mouth and saying something like that, I think it's just a turn off. How can he say, okay, if I become the president today, I may not be using Nigeria's health facility? That means you are indirectly saying that you won't be fixing the health sector. That's it. You should even be promising that, okay, if I become Nigeria's president today, there is also machine that is being used in the UK. This thing is being used in the US. You people go to you visit these places. They visit those places. And if you notice, when they are there, they don't even have all this motorcade whereby you have like 35 cars going in front, 90 going at the back, going with escort, military men and everything. They feel safe when they are there. Now those people didn't fall from the sky. They walked themselves through this process to get to this stage that they are. So if they actually do this thing too in Nigeria, then Nigeria will be free and it will be safe. It's not about going abroad for any medical care or something. If it were to be that, those people are not manufacturing life there. Of course, they work, they invested in their healthcare. Most people that are earning, if you know how much all those nurses are earning there, that is why Nigeria here, if they don't work on the health sector, it will get to a stage whereby we hardly see a doctor in the hospital.
I'm telling you.
Because those people are earning
more
as
than
high
enough.
and they are earning per hour. You know, here we earn per month. You have to wait for the next 30 days.
Even the per month sometimes doesn't even come like.
Even sometimes you need to hold placard on the road to even protest for the work you have done. So it's just so abnormal. Over there they earn in hour per hour. Maybe you earn probably like $25 in 1 hour. If you do the calculation in naira, do you know how much that is? Some people that are working in the UK now, they'll be earning pounds. Probably earning like £15 per hour, £20 per hour as a health worker. But Nigeria here is just no. It's just even nothing to write home about.
You work your ass off and then you get paid little or even nothing at all. Because by the time you even get paid, you already have some
debt.
things that
you already have debt on ground. You just go and use that one to cover up the debt.
It is well.
It is well with Nigeria. Let's go on.
Alright, the next one we have here is Tinubu absent as Atiku Obi Kwakwanso lock horns at debate. The presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and his counterpart from the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and New Nigerian People's Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso, have preferred their respective solutions to the incessant strike actions by lecturers of public universities in the country. They also promised to increase investment in the education sector, to reverse the growing number of out-of-school children in the country, and also revitalize the health sector.
Well, I just think 3 of them coming out to profile. So, well, the first one, Tinubu being absent from the town hall meeting.
You already said you won't be attending any town hall meeting.
Well, as a spokesperson, you would feel like that is okay. A right-thinking Nigerian would tell you that it is not normal for a presidential aspirant or a presidential candidate to actually run away from the media. That means you are running away from scrutiny. You are running away from your critics. And if you can't undo criticism, you shouldn't be vying for any post of leadership at all, because people actually questioned you. What are you going there to do? You are not going there to spend your own money. You are going there to spend our money. So anywhere we tell you to come for questioning, you are supposed to come. It is not this media houses calling them. It is Nigerians calling them through the media houses. Like Arise TV. You know, Arise TV actually has a lot of followers and fans due to their kind of content and their kind of presenters that they have, because they don't take nonsense. They will scrutinize you anyway. So I actually think Nigeria can actually do better, but for a candidate to say he's not coming for any interview whatsoever, that those media houses should be the one running after him during his town hall series, is just something abnormal.
And very alarming.
It's just alarming. And those people would actually support him now because their motives, it aligns, so it suits them. So there is a win-win situation for them.
Even the person that went naked just to pray for him.
Imagine Eniola. Sorry, I said Eniola.
I don't want to say anything, Sha. Don't let me say anything.
See, I won't keep quiet on that issue. There's nothing that anyone could have done to you or anybody. See, you can just be in your home and pray for him.
Exactly. Because he now came out to say, like, when he was sick, that it was the wife of the so-called APC leader, a APC candidate, that called some people. Okay, fine, she did all that. Okay, she's aware of you supporting the husband already. You can easily pray in your room. This prayer of a thing, you can pray as long as you have this one mind with God that, oh, this is what I want to do. You are in the spirit already. You can pray in the corner of your room, like, God, please, this person has done this for me. I want you to bless him.
Of course. Is he a Christian or a Muslim?
I don't even know. I think he's a Muslim.
If he's a Muslim, there is a line, there is a verse, there is one line in the Quran that says, woe to those who pray for them to be seen. Woe to them.
It's in the Bible too.
It's in the Bible as well. Woe to them. I didn't say it. I didn't curse him. It's from the
like
Holy
you
book.
pray in
the open public so people can see you.
That's I don't know. You could have prayed in the God, please. There are people I pray for too. I can't say because they have done this thing for me. Okay, I appreciate what they have done for me, but they mean now going stark naked. They will even call me and be like, "Are you okay?
Imagine.
Are you?" Like going stark naked, that's too much.
Just to show support for someone. So even the Bible says, even there's a place in the Bible whereby it is being said that you should go inside your house, even lock your door safe and pray, because your God will always hear you anywhere you are. Why would you now go stark naked? And this thing, I just think our coming down to Yoruba leaders, I won't even call him leader anymore. Coming back to Yoruba elders. There's this notion that we always have right from our young age, like Yorubas are always well respected, we are omoluabi, quote and unquote. But now I don't think all these people that would expect us to respect them. I think all these elders we actually need to earn our respect now. You don't just command our respect because they give birth to you probably in the 50s or in the 40s. No, it is nonsense. It is nonsense from my opinion. No, total nonsense. How would you go stark naked for someone and pray? Okay, if you said, okay, this person helped you, okay, when you were sick, when you were down, this person helped you. Those of your family members that have been helping you before you got to this age, have you gone stark naked for them? How many of these children has he gone stark naked to pray for them? If the children were doing well, they won't be rolling on the floor for any politician because they give you G-Wagon. Imagine. I'm very sure his children would be over 20 years old. Imagine if they had money.
Of course.
It's just poverty mentality entirely. You won't expect Obi Kubana to be rolling on the floor for that one, or any Nigerian artist, because they have money. No matter the support, how many Nigerian artists would you see rolling on the floor for?
Even if you don't have the money, you still don't have to roll on the floor just to pray for someone.
Just to pray for someone, just to appreciate someone. You now go to the beach, go stark naked. Even if you say you want to appreciate the person by doing that, it's just you've gone too far. Look at his children now. Imagine you are in the same school with his children. His children will not be able to go to school anymore. If
I were to be in the same school with his children, I can bully someone.
People will bully his children.
I'll bully them.
Of course, now they will now go and do posters of your dad stark naked.
The videos
outside.
The video is online now.
Of course, the video is there.
So
I think it's just
even the grandchildren, the great grandchildren, we get to see the video because
of course it does not make sense. No matter how much they have given you, even it's God that see. I would always say something. Even if you are sick and someone comes to your aid, it is God that said all the treatment will work on your body.
Exactly.
There are so many Nigerian actors or celebrities that they've even flown abroad to take care. Whereby it's God that owns this life. If someone helps you, appreciate the person, but you now going outside to make a nuisance of yourself, it's just something nonsensical in my point of view. That is it. That's just the truth about it. And it's not even about appreciation, it's about the money, it's about the stomach infrastructure. From my view, that's just what I feel.
It is well.
It is just well because in this Nigeria they will expect you to respect elders, and when elders are doing like this, they don't deserve any respect. You don't deserve any respect, and they will be using it to even shame the Yorubas. Like, look at the people you are respecting. Look at your role models rolling on the floor, praying on the beach, stark naked. You could have even put on something, just a garment, white garment or something, and go to the beach and pray. But God, may we not be may poverty mentality not be in our head.
Amen.
Let's move on quickly. All right, on to the next one quickly. Bauchi Gombe fight over new oil wells. A crisis appears to be brewing over the ownership of the Komani oil and gas field, as both Bauchi and Gombe State have started laying claims to the oil wells. Officials and residents of the two states have also accused each other of attempting to appropriate the site, which is said to contain 1 billion barrels of crude oil reserves and 500 billion standard cubic feet of gas. What do you think?
The Northerners are fighting over
the oil that they just discovered.
The Northerners,
they are Bauchi and Gombe. They are fighting for the territory, like they own that particular space. And this particular space is inside Bauchi or is inside Gombe. They are actually dragging to get this space so they can control the oil. I think that's just it. That's just it. Selfishness. You just want everything to come to your place. Is it not in Nigeria? See, God, at times, I just feel like there are some people that are not even worth to be called leaders. They are not even worth it at all because they would actually, they will fight for the most minute things. Okay, if this oil well is in Bauchi or is in Gombe, is it not in the north? Either is in the east or west or south or north, it will all be shared by everybody. And God can't deposit all these things everywhere. Even if you don't have oil in your state, there will be something you have that the other person does not have. Those that have oil in their place, they don't have the farmland. Those that have the farmland don't have the oil. Some people it is gold they will have in their land. Some people it will be diamond. Some people it will be other precious stone. I think that's just envy. You know, it's not even jealousy. You know, when you are jealous about something, if someone has maybe a car or someone is successful and you are jealous, you try to speed up your rate whereby you two would achieve the same thing. But when you want to take that thing from that person, no, that is envy.
I'm very sure very soon I will start hearing they are killing each other because
they will start
fighting
fond
of that.
Because of the oil well. But it's still in the north.
I was only thinking maybe it's like another tribe.
No.
So it's within themselves.
Within themselves.
Very good.
This is why all the state, okay, those ones that are in the south now that have oil, why are they not fighting for the territory? Okay, we'll put it in our state or it's in our state.
These people are not enlightened enough. They don't have, I don't know, are they illiterate or something? Because it's not worth fighting over. They are one, as far as I am concerned. You speak the same language.
Of course.
So is a thing they can call maybe the leader of each is it state or of each region or whatever.
Each state.
And discuss about how are we going to be doing this so to be in favor, not only to those states, to other states.
And they will select representatives from all the old states or in that particular region. Maybe from Gombe, from Bauchi, from just bring one person. So they will monitor the thing.
Because as far as I am concerned, this oil of everything can't be just for 2 states alone.
Of course.
Sure you get. So I don't know why. This thing is just common sense. Like, okay, this is how we are going to do. Let's have a meeting. How are we going to do this thing so that it will be of benefit to everyone, to all
the northern state or to Nigeria at large. So now imagine 2 states fighting for territory. How would they not even share the oil or the revenue of the oil to the other states in the country?
That means they are just that oil now is just going to be for those 2
and
states.
It's not even that. It's not even. I think it's not even the fact that they are fighting for this oil for their people in their state. It's for their own pocket. I think it's just something else. I think the Nigerian leaders' mentality entirely need to be revamped. I swear, it needs to be revamped because you know when you are in a position of power, you are not spending your money. You are not spending your own personal money, and you even be paying yourself. So you don't even come outside to say, okay, you've not been paid or something. You'll be the first person to be paid. Okay, there's this resource now. Convert it to money. Use it for development. Take your own share. Then go and let another person come there again. Is it too hard to ask for? Is it too much? No.
Everything for their pocket.
It's just disturbing. Let's move on.
The next one we have here is Atiku's ambition nailed as Obasanjo backs Southern presidency. With the latest comments and position of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, the presidential ambition of Atiku Abubakar seems to have hit the rocks. When the leadership of a sociocultural group in Tiv, Benue, Tiv, visited Obasanjo at his Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, penthouse residence in Ogun State. Recently, he lent his voice to the rotation of the presidency from the north to the south.
Of course. I think I'll agree with former President Olusegun Obasanjo on this one, because power needs to come down to the south. if we should look at the north to the south ratio of power in Nigeria, the north has been in power, both the military and the democracy stuff. They've been in power for more than 40 something years, about I think 46 years to be precise. And if you look at the south, it's not even up to half of that. I want to talk about the democracy as well. Obasanjo is from the south, whereby Atiku was his deputy from the north. They used 8 years. The next person was Yaradua from the north, who used, I think he used 2 years.
2 years.
He used just 2 years. That is 8 to 6. Then south, which is Jonathan as well, used 6 years. So if you add 6 years to, I think 8 years like that, that would be like 14. Then 8 years to 2, that is 10. Then Buhari used 8 years now. Osinbajo as well. So now, the south, Obasanjo has been president. He went back to the north, which is Yaradua. Then north again, Buhari. I think you should just come down to the south now. If we are thinking if we want equity and fairness and the likes, we should be coming down to the south now. So even the PDP that I'm saying, that as PDP shouldn't have brought in someone like Atiku, because if we are talking about fairness and equity, and you want Buhari to leave power, Buhari who is from the north, then for Atiku who is from the north as well, I think it's just something else. You should have brought out somebody from the south. At least just to balance things up. Because when you're talking about, okay, you want to lead Nigeria, you would make sure everything is in shape, you would draw all stakeholders and all the regions together, and then your predecessor is from the same region that you are coming from. So that is just a red flag. But it's politics as usual. People would actually play it to their own interest. That is just it. That's just Nigeria for you. Or what do you think?
Politics is a game of interest, like you always say. So I don't want to meddle into this thing, because I knew Obasanjo was going to support someone from the south anyways, because there was this video I watched one time where he left in seats for Obi to sit. So I knew he was going to support someone from the south. And I actually think they should allow like someone from the south to come in. I'm not trying to support any political party or any presidential candidate or whatever, but then I feel that's the right thing to do.
Of course.
From the previous governments and administration. So I think that's the right thing and the next line of action to take.
Well, we have comments. We have 23 people watching us. Thank you very much for watching. You can be part of this program by dropping your comment. Mr. Godwin said APC should please stop allowing Tinubu to speak in public, because it is not only Nigerians that are watching, it is the whole world. Well, I think that's why they didn't want him to attend any debate. Because even when you go to rallies and you are saying Bala Blue, APV, APC, in place of PVC, a non-existent, would I call it material or document, saying PD, APC, a non-existent party. I think those gaffes are just too much. And it's not only from Nigeria. Even me, I'm feeling ashamed on his behalf. I'm feeling embarrassed. Because people outside just be like, see your person, see your Yoruba person. I just feel somehow because of all these kind of things. I just feel somehow. So I just think the APC is just, God. I won't say they made a mistake making him their presidential candidate. I won't say they made a mistake because it has been done already. I just think anything can be done to rectify this whole issue. Some people said they can still change him to another person. I don't know how true that is.
How would they change him?
I don't know how true it is, but do you even demarket him? To demarket him, because when you have someone that is not even in power yet, and this Nigeria is too complex to rule. We have
hope they are not trying to. I'm sorry, I don't know how true is this, but then hope they are not trying to do like what happened in the case of Buhari when he was. Isn't Buhari when he was sick that time, extremely sick, that news were flying around that he, like he's dead or something like that. Well, let's see how it goes. Don't let me say more than that. I don't want to.
I'll just say that Nigeria at this stage needs someone that is LD.
Vibrant.
Like we don't need to try and help.
Because Nigeria's crisis, we have a lot we have to do with it in Nigeria.
Of course.
Someone that is vibrant, like that can be everywhere, but it can be in a room.
But his eyes will be everywhere.
Exactly. We can't just because I don't want to see myself sorry for another 8 years. It's not possible because we have gone through a lot though.
8 years is far. 8 years is far for some people that are.
I'm not trying to like demean anybody or any presidential candidate or anything, but then Nigerians are tired.
It's not
now.
even about demeaning. There are video evidence out there. You are not saying this thing out of context or by allegation. There are videos of PDAPC, Balablu, what's it called? APV. The videos are there on Twitter, on social media, on Facebook, everywhere. So I think at this point, Nigeria needs someone who can do better than that. I'm not trying to say I'm not saying that he is not good, but there's a reason why footballers retire. When the strength is not enough, is not up to the level that has been demanded anymore, he will retire. As good as Cristiano Ronaldo is,
he's going to retire.
He is now playing in Saudi Arabia League or maybe Qatar League or something. I think he has agreed a deal with them now. Why? Because the competitiveness there is low than England, whereby they need someone with young blood who can run around. And that is what Nigeria needs now. That's why footballers don't actually play forever. Once they are at their peak, that is when they are very, very useful. Once they are declining, there are many people that wants to replace them. So if you can use this kind of tactics as well in the Nigerian system, it's not no matter how any Ronaldo fan or Messi fan will say, okay, you want to carry this footballer on your head, you would actually choose the younger ones over them. They have the experience, fine. They are very, very professional, but the strength is not there anymore.
Is not there.
And once the strength is failing you, it's just time to step aside.
Exactly.
That's just it. We have 26 people watching us here. You can be part of the program by dropping your comments. So let's just make a quick recap of what we've discussed today. So you can drop your comment as well. Knocks and kudos, Trails Labour Party manifesto. If you've seen the manifesto, you can actually drop your comment there. What do you think about the manifesto? So many people have said the manifesto is detail oriented, with telling people where it would work on in the economy and how it would go about the economic change. The next one is Nigeria needs 12,000 doctors annually. That is coming from the Nigerian Medical Association. Right now the ratio is 10,000 patients to one doctor in Nigeria now. 10,000 patients to one doctor instead of the World Health Organization standard of 600 patients to one doctor. So I just think that is alarming because Nigerians are now going out to the UK, to the US, Australia and the likes. Most of our doctors are actually there and they are making their cool money. They don't need to come outside to protest before they can get paid or something. And then Atiku coming out to say why he may not use Nigerian hospitals if elected president. I don't know how a presidential candidate can actually come out to say that, but we can only agree that it can only happen in Nigeria. Now the next one is Bauchi and Gombe fight over new oil wells. Bauchi and Gombe, the same state from the same region, fighting over something that will benefit all the whole region. So I don't know how that get to happen. Now the next one is Atiku's ambition nailed as Obasanjo backs Southern presidency. What do you think about that? Is the ex-president trying to play games with the PDP, or probably is he on the right path or on the wrong path? What do you think? Tinubu absent as Atiku, Obi, Kwakwanso lock ons at debate. What is your opinion? Oil, gas can't fuel Nigeria's growing population, as coming from Obasanjo. And the last one, federal government shift poverty blame to governors. Well, I think when we talk about poverty blame, I always say something about that. That if I'm a president now, and from the presidency we hand over money, some sums of money, to the governors, if those governors squander that money, hold the presidency accountable for the money. Because if you are giving someone money to go and oversee something, you have to do a follow-up. You can't just trust people blindly. This is what I used to say. They say, okay, the presidential candidate of one party that is a big candidate, is a big person, you know, he's a political juggernaut, a political behemoth or something. They say, okay, he has made so many politicians, he does not need the strength, he's not going there to do weightlifting, like we use only his brain. Now we have seen so many gaps, and gaps does not come from the body, from the physical, you know, it comes from the brain. When the brain starts, you know, obeying the law of diminishing returns, so that is when the gaps actually come up. And as well, they say he has so many people that will work with him. You see, the problem is not about having people that will work with you. The problem is supervising those people.
Because you can't give someone work and you know.
I think people that has been in positions of leadership would actually understand what I'm saying. Because at times your most trusted ally would want to do something that you don't want. They would want to steal money. Your most trusted ally. So it is left for you to actually be able to audit their account, hold them accountable, and be able to convince them. Because at times it's not every time you actually fight them. There are some people that are ready to take you down. So it's left for you to actually cajole them, actually turn their mind, so they won't feel like, okay, stealing this money is actually good or something. You won't need to be saying, okay, don't steal this money, you know, God does not want you to steal. All those ones, now wash. You give them you bring them to the table. There are some agreements you will reach with them. Okay, instead of you stealing, why don't you go and do this contract? You earn your money here. Do this thing. You are in this position. You are a governor. Instead of stealing, use your position to open some certain doors for yourself. You know, instead of just taking this money. So that's what I just feel. It's not about having people that you think, okay, ask people, we'll put this person here, put that person here. What if they embezzle the money? If I'm a president, I'm giving money to governors that go and secure your state, go and do this thing. I will do a follow-up. As I'm giving you the money, I have a long note or a big book. I give also money to governor of Anambra State, to governor of Bauchi State, to governor of this thing, to do these things. I would be supervising you. I won't just be saying, okay, Mr. Alagbaja, go and supervise Anambra people, or go and supervise Bauchi or Borno State. I might just go there unannounced. Those are the things that the former governor of Lagos State, Fashola, used to do then when he was in tenure. At times he give out contract to people, then he just shows up there without telling anybody. At times he might just even disguise his dressing. You won't know that he's a governor. I think he once did one whereby he took bike to the place, and the bike man didn't even know that he's the governor at all. He just wore his face cap. He just used to cover his face a little bit, and was there with his shot. And he went there to supervise. And you notice that most of what he has done now, his works here, even on this road here, it has been there since then. Not even one pothole on that road. Quality work. You have to supervise these people. You have to supervise them. So it's not about having people and just putting them in position of leadership. Can you supervise them? Trust is not enough to run government. When some people see some kind of money, they lose their home training entirely. They don't think of, okay, tomorrow, they don't think of good name, just believe, okay, you can take the good name. Let me have the good and silver. So that's just it. Okay, Mr. Godwin said, let's put sentiment aside. Tinubu lacks everything to be a president of Nigeria. Well, I'm not saying he lacks everything. If I should disagree, I stand to disagree with that. I think Tinubu
is well experienced.
He's experienced.
Yes.
But from my personal opinion, I think age is not on his side. I'm not just saying that from my opinion. You can go to Twitter, you can go to YouTube and watch different gaffes that he has made. It's not, and so many people are calling the party dementia invested party or something like that. I think it's just embarrassing. It's because it's not only Nigerians that are watching, they are watching all over the world. Imagine our president in the World Summit with world leaders, people like Joe Biden, Putin, South Korea president, you know, France president, Macron, and our president making gaffes like that. They won't even respect any Nigerian anywhere because he's the 001 of Nigeria. He's the grand representative of Nigeria. So Nigerians, I just need to leave emotions aside. This forthcoming election, we need to leave emotions or any party affiliations. Now let us look forward. Who is the best for Nigeria? Who have the best interest of Nigerians at heart? You know, in anything you do, you know, we always tend to place health first, because once you lose your health, no matter amount of money you have, everything just goes down the drain. If you want to join the military force now, they will scrutinize your health. In fact, if you even go stark naked, they will check everything. If you want to go to school, they will ask you for your health status. You know, you do your, you will do medical checkup. So now someone is aspiring for the 001 of Nigeria, then the health is deteriorating. I just think Nigerians can do better. There are so many people watching me now that are supporting various political parties that will think, okay, I'm just saying this thing because I support this person. No, enough of all this. My immediate younger brother, when he entered Yabatech, his friend went to a university in Ghana. Now the guy is serving. My own brother is still in HND1. Imagine that. Now he's serving. Ghana there is not even better than us. Ghana that we sent away. We said Ghana must go. We even named that back Ghana must go. They are not even, their education sector is not even doing well than us. I think Nigerians just need to wake up, and 2023 hopefully would be better. Ngene said, I pray we Nigerians wake up and do not allow another calamity before this country by thinking person from APC, PDP do have space again in this country's leadership. They are darkness fighting light. Well, I just hope Nigerians would actually wake up this forthcoming election. Because
this, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like see bad anybody, but I'm even talking about this present government. They don't care about anything.
Yeah, of course.
They don't care if you are doing well. They don't care if you are not doing well. Even if you are doing well, they'll believe you are into fraudster. Because this Nigeria is, I can't just imagine another 8 years of hardship.
It is go far, because if you are
by 8 years, someone would have.
I think for people who have not done the calculation, see, if you
exactly.
are 25, by
now,
next 8 years you'll be 32.
33.
See, if you are 30 now, by next 8 years you'll be going to your 40s. So it will actually determine the person's life. The next 8 years is far, so we should just actually do away with our emotions or sentiment, and now let's face Nigeria's development. Let's face the reality. Now, even if your candidate wins and you shout, okay, yeah, my candidate has won, now let's go back to being Nigerians. How will the candidate now impact the change that we want in this society? There
is this particular candidate of the presidential that I'm very sure if he should win the election, most Nigerians will not be happy. They'll be very sad.
During the election before the last that brought in this government, I can remember so many people sold this candidate to me, and actually watched the videos online. I was just like, this man was being painted as a savior. But now, okay, I was like, oh, my candidate has won. What did he give to what has he done to the society at large? Even the northern people, they are not happy
at all.
So let's just give your advice to Nigerians in that. Just give your advice to them and let's just round up.
The INEC said there'll be availability of where you can get your PVCs and stuff like that. So I hope you guys can, Nigerians should get their PVCs and vote wisely. Please, I'm begging all Nigerians to please vote wisely, because we can't afford to dwell in another hardship for a good round of 8 years. That's going to be very, very bad. You have to put in the consideration of your kids, because most of us now are going to be having kids in the next 8 years. So we have to consider this factor, like, hey, if I should start, because some things are very, very expensive now, so you have to consider all these things very, very well. Vote wisely and vote for the right candidates. Don't put sentiments aside and vote for the right one. I know that if you vote for this person, you are sure of change, of a very positive and drastic change. Please vote wisely. Thank you.
Before we round up, we have one comment here, Mr. Ajibola Charles. Thank you, sir, for joining us on the program. He said, talking of health, are you saying someone that looks healthy to you can't die the next day before the one you think is already dying? Well, it is God who gives health to people, and we actually appreciate God for the health. But what I would just say is that let's use this analogy. Let's assume that we are the CEO, like I am the CEO of Nigeria, and I need someone to manage my company. Would I choose someone that is visibly, would you choose someone that you know visibly that is the person's health, okay, is deteriorating, that you know it has shown, they didn't tell you, you've seen it in the interviews. Maybe you ask the person, how would you make my employees happy, and the person is talking about network or something just different entirely. See, let's just say this thing as you personally or me, let's be singular about this thing. Like, I am the owner of Nigeria and I need someone to manage Nigeria for me. If the candidate that you can't choose to manage your company, don't vote that candidate as Nigeria's president. If you can't vote that person to manage your company single-handedly, don't vote that person to be the president of Nigeria. I see Nigeria as a company that is being run. And if you should manage your company very well, the happiness of your workers should be the first thing. Paris. And who are the workers? Nigerians. If workers are not happy, the company will be going down. That's what I would always say. If workers are not being satisfied, if you are not accountable to your workers, okay, you say you will do this thing by so time, this is how everything would be, but you are doing opposite for your workers. And that is what is happening in ASU in the reality now. The federal government is promising the ASU that they will do so thing at this time, but they are not doing it, and the children are suffering for it. So anybody out of all the candidates, be it AAC, APC, PDP, Labour Party, any one of them that you can't trust with your own company, that you know in your deep mind, not by being sentimental or by being emotional, that you can't trust with your own personal company, don't trust the person in Nigeria. Well, I believe 8 years is too far for this thing. We can't gamble with anything. We don't people when people take actions with their emotion, it backfires. It's like, we need to think about it critically. Like this person that went naked. This person that went naked now, you are now trying to come out to like defend it. Emotion of what has happened to choose this person. That's just it. So I'm not talking about someone dying. Anybody can die at any time, and it's God that gives and takes. But by the time you see someone that is healthy, we see people that are healthy, why should we now use someone that has shown that is aligning with the law of diminishing returns? Well, there's nothing we can do, but it is just natural. I believe those supporting Obi, those supporting Atiku, and those supporting Kwakwanso, and those supporting Tinubu, and the rest of them, I believe they have all seen one thing, like, if this person should become president. So see, you are free to vote for any candidate of your choice. That's just it. But just know that many Nigerians are in hardship, many Nigerians are in poverty, and this government now coming out to say Nigerians are not in poverty, they don't see any Nigerians suffering. I believe they are not seeing, they are not even going through 1% of what common Nigerians. There is something that many people don't think, where they don't think too. They believe, okay, this person is my personal candidate, they vote for that person. But remember, it is not just about you. It's about your entire household, your entire family. Even if they promise you that, okay, don't worry, we'll give you so amount of money, your siblings are there. If you can even jackpot from this country, can you take all your siblings with you? It's not possible. Because to settle can you take all your parents and your family with you? Because they say one person who has in the midst of plenty that does not have is just like a blind man, just like one-eyed man in the midst of blind people. How can I have money and then my siblings? Those people will bring you down. Exactly. They will use billing to bring you down. So it is better for everybody to drink water than few people taking bottle of champagne. That is from my own school of thought. That is just me. That's just so. Let's just think right and vote wisely, regardless of emotion or political affiliation. By March 2023, we would all forget about being APC or PDP or Labour Party or AAC. Now we go back to being Nigerians. NSAS was not based on party or tribe or anything. All that now, the 133 million people that are in abject poverty, they are not just Muslim, they are not just Christians, they are not just from the north, from the east, or from the west, or from PDP or APC or Labour Party. They are from all spheres of life and all parts of Nigerians. So it cuts across any political party. And we shouldn't gamble with the next presidency of Nigeria. Let's just elect the best hands there. Let's just elect the best, because by the time they get there, they won't even, if we elect the wrong people, they won't even remember us. You remember when Buhari was coming to Nigerians during the campaign? When COVID-19 started, Nigerians were actually begging him to even do recorded interview, recorded program.
And it shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so. So I think right now, Nigerians should just be wiser about these things. Let's just choose someone who have our interest at heart. And someone who is healthy to take on Nigeria. Alright, so we've come to the end of the program for today. You all, thank you for watching us. We have 51 people. Thank you, Mr. Godwin, Stephen, Mr. Angene, Mr. Ajibola Charles, Doreen Bowman, Sammy, Star Daniel, welcome to the show. My brother, you're welcome. There's no place like home. You're welcome, my brother. All right. We've come to the end of the program. Till we come your way tomorrow on another exciting edition of Lagos This Morning on Flip TV. You can like, share, and subscribe to Flip TV as well. You can also do well to join Christian Chuku on the next program, Bystanders. I remain myself, Olajide Taufik Olamide.
Thanks for watching Lagos This Morning. I remain Adene Adiola. Have a wonderful week.
Have a wonderful day.
100 naira ko, 10 bus ko.